It's Ash from Super Videos back for another teaser breakdown for a teaser that they released for season 11 of The Walking Dead, which is called Turn Around. Stay tuned, we'll be right back to break this teaser down. Alright, as always, before we jump into this, if you're not a subscriber and enjoy the content by the end, consider subscribing to join our community. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers, so if you're not a subscriber, make sure to subscribe to help me get to the 5,000 subscriber mark. If you enjoyed this video, share and smash the like button, and don't forget to press the bell to be notified when I upload, and put it on all notifications so you get a notification for every upload on the channel. With that said, let's dive right in. So this teaser is actually a pretty quick teaser. I'm not gonna go through everything because some of it was on the main trailer that they released, which we've already broken down, so I'm not gonna look at the same snippets again. So I'm just gonna take a look at the new shots that was in the teaser. This one has an interesting title, which is Turn Around. That could mean many things, but the thing that came to my mind was the Reapers, and specifically the shot in the trailer where we had Maggie and a Reaper behind her, and she obviously didn't see the Reaper. Similarly, there was another shot where Gabriel was walking in the middle of the woods and there was a Reaper creeping up behind him. The title just, to me, refers to the Reapers because of those two particular shots in the trailer. But let's jump into this teaser. So we have Eugene sitting at a table, most likely about to be interrogated by the Commonwealth. There's a sack on his head, they take it off, and then someone says, "We are auditors for the Commonwealth, and you are under level 1 assessment." Obviously, they did a similar thing in the comics, so they are following the comic storyline. And then we have Yumiko looking at whoever is interrogating them. She's giving them like a death stare, which is pretty interesting. And then we have Ezekiel here, who looks like he's just about done with the Commonwealth's bullshit at this point. But in the voiceover, Eugene says, "What if we don't pass inspection?" So that's interesting. I mean, obviously if they don't pass inspection, they're probably gonna be held up in a jail cell or something, because I don't think they're gonna let them go. Especially now that they've brought them in here. You know what I mean? They want to protect themselves. But it's going to be interesting to see what the Commonwealth's response to this question is going to be. And then we have this shot of Princess turning around, seeing Mercer, probably for the very first time. And then we have this shot of Mercer and Commonwealth soldiers arresting Eugene. Now what's interesting is Eugene is talking to this female character, who I'm assuming is the same mystery female character that was eating ice cream with him, which was in one of the other teasers that they released, which at this point many of us believe is the pretend Stephanie. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I did a video yesterday about this, so go and check it out if you're interested. But I'm assuming Eugene said something that alarmed the Commonwealth about the intentions of the survivors, hence why they're arresting him here. And then we have this shot of Mercer inside one of those holding cells or holding blocks, and then this shot of Reapers walking down the street with their victims tied upside down by their feet on the side of the road. And then in the voiceover, Maggie says, "The people that attacked us," referring to the Reapers. And then we have this close-up shot of the Reapers again, and then she says, "By the time you see them, you're already dead," which is actually pretty accurate based on what we saw from them in the season 10 bonus episodes. But she's just basically telling everyone about the danger and how difficult it really is to deal with the Reapers. And then we have this shot of Daryl with his knife looking at a Reaper with dog. Obviously everyone agrees at this point that this Reaper is Leah, so I'm not even gonna say that as a speculation because it seems pretty obvious at this point that this is Leah. So Daryl is looking at Leah, probably the first time Daryl sees Leah as a Reaper. And then we have this shot of walkers getting to Alexandria, approaching the Alexandria walls, and most likely leading to the scene that we saw in the trailer where the wall was down. In the voiceover, I think it's Alden who says Alexandria needs us. And then we have this shot of walkers next to the wall. This actually gives me a lot of No Way Out vibes, so that's pretty cool. And then we have this shot of Carol walking away. Aaron and the others are putting up the wall that most likely came down from the walkers approaching and everything. So it's a cleanup that they're doing. In the voiceover, Aaron says, "So you're leaving to fight ghosts." I'm assuming he's speaking to Carol. And then we have this shot of someone finding a whisper mask, most likely Maggie. We do see Maggie putting on a whisper mask in the main trailer, so that's probably related. But I do want to correct myself. When I saw that and when I did the video on that, I thought she finds the whisper mask in the middle of the woods, but it doesn't look like this is in the middle of the woods. It looks like someone threw the whisper mask in a basket. So that's pretty interesting. It still aligns with my theory that Maggie finds it at random, but she doesn't just find it in the middle of the woods. So that's interesting. Maybe they're gonna bring back a few whispers. I tried to merge whispers and reapers and it came out wrong. Maybe they're gonna bring back a few whispers and have Maggie deal with the whispers as she's also dealing with the reapers, which would kind of be cool because Maggie wasn't a part of the whisper war for the most part. So that could be an interesting way to have her still part of the whisper story as well, and still do the comic story where we did have some whispers who were lingering around after the whisper war. And then we have this shot of Daryl saying shh, looking around, just like Gabe and the others are here. They're obviously in the tunnels and they hear something. And then we have someone saying, "What the hell was that?" responding to the noise that they heard. And it's actually the teen that's with them who says this, the teen from Hilltop. Now this is actually coming from the third sneak peek that they released, which is pretty short, but it's pretty cool. I don't want to talk about it in a separate video because there isn't too much there. Although it's a very cool sneak peek, there isn't too much to talk about, but it's pretty much this exact scene where they hear a noise and they look around. Negan says that's God telling us to turn around. That part is actually somewhere else in this teaser, but anyway, when Negan says that, Gabe says that's impossible because he would have had to go through me first. So that was pretty cool, like a cool joke that they threw in there coming from Gabriel. But then Negan mentions that there are marks on the walls, like water level marks or something like that, which means that this place gets flooded frequently, especially when there's a lot of rain, which is exactly what's happening at this time. There's a storm, which is why they're in the underground tunnels. And then Negan says they should turn around and everything, and Daryl shuts him down and basically makes it clear to Negan that he's not in charge, which is pretty interesting. But that's pretty much the sneak peek. Not too much there, but it's still a pretty cool sneak peek. And then we have this shot of Daryl with a gun. I'm assuming this is when he's inside the train car and he's shooting the walkers. And it's coming from that scene that was also in the trailer. And then we have this shot of Maggie noticing a Reaper behind her and then throwing a weapon at the Reaper. The Reaper dodges that and then the weapon hits the tree. But if you haven't realized, that's actually Elijah's weapon. So that's interesting. Why doesn't Elijah have it? That remains to be seen. But it's a pretty cool shot of Maggie being badass. And then we have this shot of Negan saying that is God telling us to turn around. This goes back to what I said earlier. And then we have this final awesome shot of Negan looking at Maggie. And obviously Negan is holding the crowbar that he was using to kill walkers. We saw an image of him carrying that, so we know it's Negan's. And obviously that is Maggie in the back. So that's interesting. They want you to think that this is a showdown, but it's not. This is probably after they killed walkers and they're just having a honest face-to-face conversation or something like that. I doubt they're gonna attack each other here, but obviously I could be wrong. But that's pretty much everything that was in this teaser. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to share and smash the like button. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe to join our community. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers, so if you're not a subscriber, make sure to subscribe to help me get to the 5,000 subscriber mark. And also don't forget to press the bell to receive notifications for when we upload on the channel. Make sure to put all notifications so you get a notification every time I upload. With that, I'll catch you on the next one.